Hey everyone, Ashley here. Welcome to Ashley Talks Movies, and welcome to my review of Creed 3. Adonis Creed is thriving in both his career and his family life, but the return of a childhood friend with something to prove leads to a face-off between two former friends. Before I get into the review, if you'd like to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Also hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the videos I'm posting. Time for the review. Creed 3 is the third film in the Creed franchise, which is a spin-off of the Rocky franchise. And sometimes I worry about movies like this, movies that are part of a bigger franchise, that at some point it's going to start to feel like these movies aren't doing anything new, that the stories are just recycled or tired because they all follow a formula. If you've seen any of the Rocky films or any of the previous Creed movies, you know that there are certain things that happen in these movies because all of these movies are following a certain formula. And that's the case with Creed 3. However, to Michael B. Jordan's credit, because not only does he star in this movie, he's also directing this movie, and this is his directorial debut. To his credit, he does try some different things here with this movie, with the storytelling, to make it feel fresh. And he does a pretty good job with that. So even though Creed is following a formula of the previous Rocky movies and the previous Creed movies, it does bring something a little different to the table. One of the best examples of that is with the fight scenes. The way these fight scenes are shot stylistically are very different than how they were shot in the previous Creed movies, and very different from how they were shot in the Rocky films. Now, people might be a little divided on the fight sequences here. I thought it was pretty effective. I like how a lot of these fight scenes were shot where you get really close up to these boxers and the punches, and you see how those punches hit the body and things sort of slow down, and you can really see like the impact of those punches and the pain that is felt with those punches, the pain you'll see on the boxer's face. And Michael B. Jordan also does a really great job with the character of Creed. And this is his third time playing this character. And so he knows his character very well, and he's very, very effective as this character. He does such a great job in the performance. You know, I think with this character especially, Michael B. Jordan, he understands this character so well, and he's able to play this character so effectively, especially in this part of this character's story where he has, been boxing for a while. He has reached, superstardom at this point, and now he's going on to the next phase of his life and his career. And Michael B. Jordan is just fantastic in this role. Jonathan Majors is new to the franchise, and he plays a childhood friend of Adonis Creed. And Creed and this friend, Damian, had lost contact. They've lost touch over the years. Damian has just gotten out of prison. He's been in prison nearly 20 years at this point. And before he went to prison, he was sort of this boxing phenomenon when he was younger. And he feels like he missed his shot. And so he's out to prove something. And so he seeks out Creed to help him with that. And over the course of the movie, you start to understand a little bit more about their relationship. You get a little bit more backstory about Creed. But Jonathan Majors is amazing in this role as Damian. I've said this before in previous reviews of movies that Jonathan Majors has been in recently, like Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. He was fantastic as Kang. I also saw a film of his, Magazine Dreams, when I watched it during Sundance. Fantastic. He's so good in these types of roles, especially these roles where he has to be very physical. And I really have to praise him in this particular role, because I think if any other actor had been playing the character of Damian, it might not have been as effective, just because one of the weaknesses of this movie is that Damian, in my opinion, wasn't nearly as fleshed out as he needed to be, considering he's so vital to this story, and he is essentially the adversary to Creed in this movie. There's a lot of pieces missing, I think, with his story that really needed to be there to really kind of understand and sympathize and with this character. But Jonathan Majors does such a great job that you really do feel for this character and care about what's happening with this character. Even if you might not like him, you do feel that. And I think that's to Jonathan Majors' credit. In terms of the storytelling, I mentioned this before, that Creed 3 follows a formula that the Rocky films have followed, that the previous Creed films have followed. And so there's certain things that this movie has that you've seen in all of those other movies. There's a training sequence, there's a fight montage, there's certain character beats that this movie follows that you've seen before. But as I said, I think Michael B. Jordan and the screenwriters did a really good job of really kind of establishing Creed as its own kind of thing. And so you start to see this in this third movie, where it really does start to try to diverge itself from the Rocky movies. Rocky is mentioned. Rocky's not in the movie, but Rocky is mentioned. So his presence is sort of there, but really it's to let Creed stand on its own, as its own movie, as its own character. And I think that was very effective here. I think the film did a really good job of doing that. Overall, Creed 3 is a wonderful film. This is a movie that you kind of know where you're getting. But as I said before, Michael B. Jordan not only did a great job with the character, but he did a great job as a director. And for a first-time director, he showed that he's a very competent filmmaker and has clearly been paying attention to other directors that he's been working with, because he did do a wonderful job with this film. And, Creed 3, you're not getting too much new here. You kind of know what to expect, but there are some fresh new things that are in this movie, and it's entertaining, it's emotional, and it's fun. So those are my thoughts on Creed 3. If you've seen the movie and you want to share your thoughts, you can do so in the comment section below. While you're here, like this video, hit the thumbs up button, and don't forget to subscribe to see more videos like this.